Alright, what's going on? What's going on, chat? Whoa, whoa. The hell was that? Don't know what happened there. Um, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. I saw a trade really early into market open today, so I thought I would share what happened. Alright, so the date is Tuesday, 9th of September 2025, and into our trade recap. If I pull it up, uh, the trade was indeed on GBP USD, right? So coming into market open, I was like, okay, cool. What's the 4 hour looking like? Cool. We're not really into, we're not near any major POIs. So the 1 hour, I marked out my previous breaker structure, which was this, right? We had that pull down and we had that break up, so we broke structure there. So and the draw on liquidity was not only these session lows down here, but these hourly lows. But it was kind of like I would expect for price to at least close within this 1 hour fair value gap and order block, just because if we close below this low, therefore it wouldn't be taking out liquidity. It would be we would have closed and we broke structure, and that means we would be targeting session lows for sure. But coming into market open, I see that Asia we displaced down into the high time frame POI, which in this case was a 1 hour fair value gap and a 1 hour order block. And price did tap into both. And what am I looking for? Well, my entry model says that we should be flipping a bearish 5 minute gap, or 1 minute market structure shift, just depending on where the market structure shift is. Because in this case, this was the last low. This was the last low before we. This was sorry. This was the last high before we put in that low. So therefore, we want structure to break there. But in this case, I went off the fair value gap just because we swept this hourly low, and we had that nice relief up. Therefore, breaking structure. So once we broke structure, I was like, okay, cool. Let me see if I can get in somewhere in this inversion fair value gap, right? Which at the point was at this point. So I'm trying to refine my entries just a little bit more, just so my stops aren't too big. But as you can see, um, we had we broke that 5 minute inversion fair value gap on this candle. We had that pullback, which is down here somewhere. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we broke the 5 minute gap and we pulled into it and we had a nice displacement up, right? So I entered on this displacement candle and my stops were this low. Because not only could use this as liquidity, especially being on a 1 minute, this would have been my predicted low in terms of structure. So um, we had that displacement up, which put me straight into profits, and price came down, swept some more liquidity, and we had a nice displacement up, right? And with that in mind, we did take out um, we did take out not high time frame, but 5 minute highs, which was enough to actually create this move down. Um, But by the time that happened, I got out at break even. So because ideally, the trades that I'm normally in and I'm normally most successful with, uh, normally just continues the trend to take out the drawn on liquidity for the day. So before I even I was definitely bullish just because we broke we swept these 1 hour lows down here. We had that nice displacement up, so I was definitely bullish. Um, but my thinking was if we wanted to continue down lower, I wanted to see Asia High get taken out before we get that crash down to take out these lows and so on and so forth. But with that, I see. So by the time we had the displacement up, my stop loss was already at break even, making this a risk-free trade because ideally, if this fair value gap fails, uh, we could be coming down lower to take out, these lows. Um, but yeah, like the trades that I'm normally in, they kind of just continuate to the drawn on liquidity. So I see this fair value gap, and I'm like, okay, price doesn't respect that. Um, I'm out the trade because I was already risk free when price hit this area up here. So and that's exactly what happened. We definitely would have got taken out just because I put my stops below 1 minute lows. But if we were playing off the 5 minute structure, you could have got a re-entry maybe at this auto block. But then again, it's kind of like it barely held. So it was interesting to see how that played out. Because technically we had a 5 minute breaker structure. This would kind of be the auto block, but again, price already mitigated it, so it's kind of like it's not the type of trade I would take. But overall, we did have some nice displacement. Unfortunately, we couldn't carry on that displacement to take out Asia highs at least. So I'm happy with the result so far. That means that because once you get a displacement like this, you know, you can only risk manage from there, and I risk managed. I was able to protect my capital. So with that in mind, the trade might play out, or it seems like it might play out. I don't know. We'll see. But it's good to see that I'm, starting to protect my capital after I see displacement. So once I see displacement for my POI, we get a sweep of these lows, we get displacement up. Price shouldn't even consider coming back down here. So we should be ideally respecting this 1 minute fair value gap here. So with that said, that is today's recap. Yep. So broke even today. I'll take that for the day. Again, you can't really predict these markets. Anything can happen. All you can really do is kind of risk manage. So I did that well today, which I'm happy about. That's a plus. Even though we didn't win, you cannot win, every single day. Um, so I'm happy with the result. Again, we had a displacement up. Ideally, price if wanted to continue further, uh, we we normally, or the trades I normally take, normally we would uh, displace to take out Asia highs before continuing down low again. But again, we just came and filled in this area in which price, yeah, yeah, and price, filled this area and uh, continue to kind of do its thing. um, but with that in mind, I know I took this trade early on into market open, but again, I did see my entry model just with this inversion fair value gap here after sweeping lows. So I did think that it was a valid trade, especially when I'm trying to kind of cut down the um, my entry models. If I'm sticking to one entry model that I'm consistent with, that plays out majority of the time. I'm gonna stick to that, which is exactly what we had here. We had an inversion fair value gap. We tapped it. We displaced up, but again, we weren't able to displace enough. Therefore, price came down. But lucky enough, I did get out at break even at my entry point. So happy with the result today. And yeah, hope you guys are having a good trading week so far. Um, and I hope you guys pass your fundeds and make all the money in the world, lads. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow, actually. Yeah, the 10th. See you guys tomorrow. All right, later, later, later.